Am I the a-hole for not getting upset after I was uninvited to my friend's wedding? And this is all to answer the question, when is it okay to uninvite someone from your wedding? This first story comes from Grand Cell 1199. And they say, this happened over the weekend, but there's still so much tension. One of my good friends, Matthew, 26 male, is getting married next month to Jennifer, 26 female. I, 25 male, have known Matthew since high school. We both connected when it came to video games, especially Minecraft. Matthew's had his fair share of girlfriends over the years, but when he met Jennifer 3 years ago, he said that he knew she was the one, and they are madly in love with each other, and I am so happy for them both.
They're gonna, dig a love so deep that no one can fill it with pixels.
Pixels.
Blocks.
No one can. Their love will not be fulfilled only by Minecraft, but physical unity as well.
Yes.
You know what I bet?
What?
I bet they play so much Minecraft that their beds are right next to each other and they both sleep at the same time right next to each other. Wow. They're married in Minecraft and in real life.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. I think it's pretty. He gave her a diamond sword before he gave her the diamond.
Whoa.
And then his sword.
That's awesome.
Because they waited until marriage. Last year, Matthew popped the question to Jennifer and she said yes. Then Jennifer's demeanor towards me drastically changed after the engagement. And just a reminder, I, 25 female.
Ooh. So,
do we have an I see you coming up? Because I see you.
So, reading comprehension question. So, OP and his soon-to-be or fiance now were playing Minecraft together, or OP the friend, OP is the friend of the guy, and they were playing Minecraft. Who's
OP and OP's friend were playing Minecraft,
and now the friend is getting married to someone else.
Yeah, so we both played video games when it came to video games, especially Minecraft. So they playing Minecraft, but I'm sure that Matthew and Jennifer are also playing Minecraft too.
But is it now it's like, oh, you can only play with me.
I think that is what's going to happen because the ICU, I see a 25 female girl best friend, and now getting married. I think Jennifer's putting some boundaries up.
I'm seeing you, but let's see.
So she was distant towards me. She wouldn't look at me, and she would hardly speak to me, which was weird since Jennifer was always so sweet and nice towards me. Well, I'd still talk to Matthew and meet with him and our group of friends, sometimes with Jennifer, and she would still act cold and not speak to me much. I kept my distance from Jennifer. Then, 3 months ago, we all received a save the date invitation, and their wedding is going to take place at Matthew's cabin 2 hours away, and they were going to keep it small due to the size of the cabin, so we were only allowed to bring one guest. That was when Jennifer acted extremely harsh and hostile towards me and said, bet you don't have a +1 since you are so into my man. Ooh, baby.
Whoa.
Jennifer's like, I don't want you to be crafting with mine.
No.
No.
Nice.
He's mine and mine only.
Put that axe away.
Stop
shaking that axe.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. Right next to my BF.
Put it down.
I want you to not even put a bed down.
Nope.
Survival mode. You get killed, you're out for good.
Hard dirt floor.
Hard dirt floor for you.
You're acting like a creeper.
Exactly.
Wow.
And you're trying to blow up this marriage.
I was about to say that.
Said it first.
But you didn't.
Bam. Get wrecked, son. Who's improv king now? Me. And this is my throne.
Creeper.
I was taken aback. I asked her what the F she was talking about, and she smirked and said, I knew, and to not act so stupid, even though you're so good at it, because you're stupid.
Ooh.
I ignored her remark and told her, guess what? My boyfriend is coming. She looked surprised and left. I, of course, told Matthew about what Jennifer said to me, and he was not happy, so he made her apologize to me. This wedding is going great. Then, last weekend, I was invited by Matthew's sister to go dress shopping with her and Jennifer. I declined at first because I wanted to keep my distance from Jennifer, but Matthew's sister assured me that she will deal with Jennifer and that our other friends will be there with us. So maybe this is like a beef squashing session.
I don't
So
know.
we go to dress shop, and I found a beautiful dress that I thought would be perfect, and I took a picture to send to my boyfriend since he planned on matching, i.e. with a bow tie with me. I tried the dress on, and it was a perfect fit. So I guess I got lucky. Well, Jennifer was angry, called me names such as ore,
Oh,
like some iron ore.
and we're not talking Minecraft.
Not talking
either.
Minecraft. A boyfriend stealing sitch,
Oh.
and that I was officially uninvited to the wedding.
You should have said, okay, you should have said
Boyfriend dealing ditch.
witch and then said again, we're not talking Minecraft.
Is there witches in Minecraft?
Yeah,
Since when?
always.
Who?
Yeah, Sam.
The witches.
The witches.
They throw
Totally.
potions at you.
I've never seen a witch in Minecraft.
I've seen
Wow.
all of them. Dude.
I've
Did
seen
you
the
go to a
Slender Man
swamp?
thing. I've seen, what's the Slender Man called? Elderman?
Enderman?
Enderman? Yeah.
Wow.
Enderman.
I don't believe there's witches.
There are witches.
Anyway, a ditch. You know what? There's definitely in Minecraft ditches because
Nope.
everyone's digging all the
No
time.
ditches.
There are ditches. They dig ditches. Anyway, sorry for my Minecraft knowledge being updated to Sophia's liking. Also, I love that Jennifer is mad that just OP looks hot. It's like, you look so hot that obviously you would steal my boyfriend if you were in the presence of him.
Of course.
Such as, or a boyfriend stealing witch, and I was officially uninvited to the wedding. She caused such a commotion, the employee of the store asked us to leave.
Wow.
I told Jennifer I didn't want to come to the wedding anyway, but I was going to because my friend was getting married, as in your fiance.
Boom.
I told her if she didn't want to meet me at the wedding, fine. I don't give an F since I won't go to a wedding if the bride isn't going to be, if the bride is going to be so rude to a guest. Wait, Minecraft has armadillos now?
Yeah.
Of course, dude. Of course.
Minecraft's got so many new stuff, man.
Witches, Endermans, dude. Get your update on.
I
bro.
am so mad that John is going through this conversation unscathed.
Dude, easy.
Man
You kidding
knows
me?
nothing about Minecraft.
Dude, I know everything
you
about
set
Minecraft.
yourself up as someone who thinks that they know everything about Minecraft, and you're wrong.
I know stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, Matthew and our friends found out, and I was getting texts left and right begging me to come to the wedding. I told them I was happy to get uninvited, and I'll just spend the day with my boyfriend on the day of the wedding instead. They're all mad at me for not fighting hard enough. So, am I the a-hole? There is an edit. There is an update. There is an edit. There is another update. So we got our work cut out for us. But so far, is OP the a-hole for not fighting hard enough to stay in this wedding?
I would never, if someone's like, I don't want you here, I'm not going to fight for nothing. Because I'm like, if you don't want me here, it's going to be torturous.
Exactly.
Because you don't want me here.
Why would I want to be somewhere I am not wanted? You don't. The answer is you don't want to be somewhere.
So the
you're
other
not
friends, I feel like, should be understanding of that and be like, it is what it is. I wouldn't want to be there either.
wanted. Yeah.
L friends, honestly.
Yeah.
L.
friends. I mean, I think something that, so like really in analyzing it,
Yes.
Jennifer is just super jealous of OP.
So insecure.
And-
Insanely so.
I can't. I'm feeling like this is not going to bode well for any other female relationships in Matthew's life,
Good point.
unless
Hmm.
conspiracy theory.
Talk to me.
Conspiracy theory. Matthew said to Jennifer that he had feelings for OP, but that was a long time ago. And now Jennifer is like all worried.
Maybe. Did they
That's my
have,
conspiracy theory.
do you think they had some sort of like, premarital, like when you're like, okay, like we're getting
Yeah.
everything out in the open, getting the skeletons
Yeah, it's
out of
like,
the
hey, I want to be married to you, but before we do,
I have to know this.
you need to know this.
Yeah. You're saying, did they actually say that, or that's your
They didn't say
conspiracy?
that, but that's my conspiracy theory. that like, because why would this suddenly change? I mean, like maybe it's just the fact that yes, now we're going to be there for life, so
Yeah.
we want to make sure there are no people that could potentially ruin our marriage. But I feel there must be some kind of like confessional that happened.
I feel like we have seen some crazy people before where it was literally just something in their brain just snaps, or like the classic case of narcissists that like wait a few years so that way they kind of build the trust and then they like turn on their craziness.
Yeah. Maybe it's
kind of a thing.
it's like, oh, he's already popped the question. I'm locked in for sure, so now I can be a little bit crazier.
Burn and go scorched earth on all the stuff I've been waiting to do.
She always felt this way, but she wanted to be the cool girlfriend so she could be the crazy wife.
I think your theory though is probably true of like, yeah, maybe he did confess to her that he had feelings.
But I could see it easily being like, I'm all cool. Don't worry about me. I'm chill with you having girlfriends. But as soon as it's locked in, like I'm gonna make my feelings more known.
The one thing that I think is 100% sure in your conspiracy theory is that she'll start burning the bridges with all the female friends, because remember who invited OP to the dress shopping? Matthew's sister.
Yeah.
So it's like that's probably the only woman that that Jennifer is not going to burn the bridge with.
Yeah, and is okay with OP being close to. We got more to this story, so let's see what actually happened. So, edit. So my decision is final. I will not be going to the wedding, and there's no changing my mind about it. I will be sending a wedding gift to Matthew the day prior to the wedding. Instead, I told Matthew and all my friends that I won't be going, and they can't convince me otherwise. Matthew also called me and asked if we could talk somewhere. I agreed, but it's to tell him in person that I won't go, so that way he knows I'm serious about that.
Whoa.
For Matthew, pre-divorce or stick to the wedding?
Ooh. I feel like because I feel like it is going to keep going in this direction, but you do low-key need a little more, like, just to be sure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bad though.
But it is bad. I
bad.
feel like this could blow up in Jennifer's face, and I think it could potentially break up the wedding.
I can see a pre-divorce
break
coming.
up the marriage. But
see that.
Let's get into the update. So I met up with Matthew and brought my boyfriend along. Why? I feel like a Matthew you conversation though.
Maybe to have
Would that not fuel the fire?
Honestly, I think it's because you have a third witness. Like the boyfriend wouldn't like the two of them cozying up. So OP could be like to Jennifer, I had my boyfriend with me, and he'll tell you.
Yeah.
Like he wouldn't want to see them cozying up.
No, I feel like if it was just the two of them, Jennifer could like.
Yeah,
right?
maybe, but I feel like this, like Matthew wants to talk to her probably alone to talk about some of the really difficult emotions that are coming around about this. It feels like a weird move to bring your boyfriend.
He should, but that is more fuel to Jennifer's massive TNT freaking stash that she's got going on, her castle.
Yeah, I guess so. I feel like that's a weird move
Big
on
TNT.
OP's. But you think it's justified? But yeah, I think it's a weird move.
I don't necessarily think it's justified. I think it's
yeah, true.
Yeah.
It used to be weird to be the boyfriend sitting there.
That's true.
Yeah. Update. I met up with Matthew and brought my boyfriend. Of course, he begged me to come to the wedding, and he said he would beg Jennifer to let me attend. I told him it's best if I wasn't there. I told Matthew that Jennifer has a problem with me, period. He said he doesn't understand, and he did ask her many times, but Jennifer would continue to say she was just stressed, which means she can't actually speak about the jealousy she's feeling. I got angry and said that's BS, and he knows that. My boyfriend also intervened and said to Matthew that he needs to wake up and realize Jennifer is crazy and he can't keep defending her. Which I don't
know if it's the boyfriend's place to get involved in the conversation.
Yeah, that's why it's just such a weird move to have the boyfriend here.
Yeah, it is.
I understand what she brought him. I just don't know if he should.
This is weird. This is weird. Anyway, boyfriend intervened. Jennifer is crazy. Can't keep defending her. And then Matthew said he loves her too much and doesn't want to lose her. My boyfriend and I got up and told Matthew to let us know when he has a backbone. I'm imagining them just getting like both up together and it's like, let us know when you have a backbone, like at the same time.
Yeah, true.
I think it's weird that OP brought This is weird. This is weird.
It is. I get that it's like could be insurance for like basically Jennifer not blowing up, but it is weird.
It's a weird move. This is a one-on-one conversation.
Ideally, it's one-on-one, but again, like I'm not like in favor of this. I'm just thinking of their logic. OP's like, I don't want Jennifer to have more ammo to do something even crazier. Maybe.
Yeah, I get that, but I just think it's too. I don't know.
I don't even think it's worth. Like, I don't even know if it's worth it to meet with the guy at this point. To be honest, because he's like, oh, I don't want to leave her because I love her so much. And it's like, look, she's great. Like, at what point do you stop getting involved in other people's business when it's just like a mess and you're just dragging yourself into?
Well, I think this is what this conversation was supposed to be.
Yeah,
and I think maybe Jennifer or maybe OP isn't getting the full scoop from Matthew because it's in front of her boyfriend.
Why drag yourself to a swamp that's full of witches when you could just go to a beautiful green field and build your own castle? I don't understand.
Exactly.
I don't understand.
And ride a few horses through the grass. Beautiful thing. In the meantime, it's best we don't talk. I message all our friends in the group to let them know I'm keeping a distance from Matthew because of Jennifer. He's still my friend, but at an arm's length. I will still be sending him a gift regardless, but I'm keeping my distance from Matthew. It seems like he is in denial and can't comprehend what's going on at all. He usually is in denial. Ever since high school, he would have a sense of denial. What does that mean? What is he in denial about all this time?
What is this, friend?
I don't know, but denial is a
They're
river
in
in
denial
Egypt.
about something.
Another thing to mention is that Jennifer is nice to all of Matthew's female friends, just not with me.
Oh.
That is incredible context.
Suspicious.
Which leads me to believe more confession.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yes. Yeah, I agree.
I've also got a message from two of our friends saying that they have dropped out of the wedding because of Jennifer and that they are on my side. Edit 2, Jennifer already bought her wedding dress a while ago. When I went dress shopping with Matthew's sister, she invited Jennifer as a way to resolve the animosity she had towards me. So it was Matthew's sister who wanted to buy a dress, and I found a dress I loved, and then Jennifer went crazy. Hope that clears things up since so many were confused. And there is a final thick, juicy, multi-paragraph update.
Woo.
Let's get in to this juicy, thick update.
Oh, God.
Hello to all. A lot of you have been asking me for an update, so I might as well make one. Before I do that, I want to clear up a couple things that a lot of people have been confused about. 1, when I went dress shopping with Matthew's sister, she brought up Jennifer because she wanted us to put our differences aside for Matthew's sake. This shopping trip was not for Jennifer to buy a wedding dress, as she had already purchased things a long time ago. I hope that clears things up. I would never try on a dress or purchase one if the bride is the one who is shopping for a dress. That's an obvious rule. 2, Matthew and I never had romantic feelings for each other. We never hooked up or anything of that nature. Our relationship has always been and always will be platonic.
Both ways, though.
Yeah. Is it both ways? So I'm going to go straight to the point with this update. This is going to come out as a shock to a lot of you, but Jennifer called off the wedding.
Whoa! That's big.
Why do we think that would be?
My guess is she was always jealous, hid the narcissism, jealousy, craziness this whole time, finally let it come out now that she had him quote unquote locked down. And now that he is not doing exactly her bidding, and like, think about it, he went behind her back, kind of, to talk to OP, to beg OP to come back. She probably hated that.
Yeah.
And now that she's like, I don't have you under my thumb anymore. Oh, I don't want, maybe it's even a bluff. Maybe it's like, I'm going to call it off until you come crawling back, and then you listen to mama. You listen to what mama says.
She's trying to get more control.
More control. I think more control.
Huh.
That's what I'm thinking. What do you think? Talk to me.
I'm thinking that there was a mini confession where it's like, I used to have feelings for OP, and then after Matt had the conversation with OP, the big confession came out. A little bit of trickle truth. So I found out from friends who messaged me. I asked what happened, and they explained that Jennifer told Matthew she couldn't marry him and admitted that her behavior towards me as well as towards a couple of other people, which includes Matthew's sister and his best friend, Jacob. She apologized to Matthew and realized she isn't in the right place to get married. This happened 2 days before the wedding.
Jennifer doing something kind of good? Question mark? Kind of?
Kind of.
A little bit?
At
maybe?
least she's taking blame for it.
Yes. Taking
So
blame.
I decided to call Matthew and told him I heard about the wedding being called off and assured him I'll be here if he ever wants to talk. He asked if we could meet, and I agreed.
God.
And brought my boyfriend again.
Yahoo!
No, I don't think. I hope OP did not bring her boyfriend. That would be like, dude, if a friend says, I need to talk, and you bring your significant other, like, I feel like that's whack. Unless it's specifically said, like, oh, yeah, like, it's fine. Like, if it's something, like, serious, I feel like it's kind of whack.
If there's an issue where someone is, like, suspicious or insecure or something and requests that you...
Well, like, usually it's like, hey, can I meet with you to talk to you about something? Usually it's like, I'm trying
I agree.
I feel like
totally agree with you.
I feel like it's whack. Matthew explained that Jennifer had severe trust issues, not just regarding me, but with his best friend, Jacob. Jacob was supposed to be Matthew's best man, but he was also uninvited by Jennifer over the fact that Jacob might encourage Matthew to cheat.
Oh.
Matthew also told me that Jennifer was constantly accusing Matthew of possibly cheating on her with me, despite showing her evidence that we did nothing of the sort. And it got to the point where Jennifer would prevent Matthew from going out with his friends. She would sometimes confiscate his phone, and she has even taken his car keys, causing him to be late for work. So there was a lot happening behind closed doors. Matthew wasn't blinded by love. He was simply afraid to reach out to any of us for help. He was embarrassed to tell us his bride-to-be was doing more than just controlling the wedding guest list. Wow. That is severe.
I mean,
severe trust issues.
And we were generally saying, like, just generally speaking, this behavior is probably not, right?
No. I mean, I wonder how long it's been going on, though.
That is a good question.
Because we don't have, like, a start date for this.
Yeah, and it seems like Matthew is not, he's just, like, too embarrassed to, like, kind of come forward about it. But
which I understand. It's a hard thing to address.
Totally. And why would he propose to her if she was doing similar behavior before the proposal?
Why would he propose to her? What do you mean?
So let's say she did none of this, like, controlling behavior up to the proposal. Well, that makes sense. She, like, the proposal happened. Her crazy switch flipped on, and now she's going crazy. But if she was being this controlling before,
why would he propose?
Why would he propose?
Exactly, which is probably that. I think you just pushed me towards it. Probably came out after the proposal.
Yeah.
So I asked Matthew if he wanted to go with us on vacation, but he declined, stating he wants to be alone, which I understand. I went on vacation. I had a fun time. By the way, I did wear the dress that I bought and wore that to dinner with my boyfriend.
Boom.
He loved the dress and had constantly complimented me the entire time. Well, when we returned, Jennifer messaged me, which I was surprised by, as she never once did such a thing. She asked me if we could meet.
Bring the boyfriend.
Come on, do not bring your boyfriend.
Bring
to
him
anything. All right, what's your guess? Does she bring the boyfriend
Yes.
or does she not bring the boyfriend?
I'm saying bring the boyfriend.
At first, I wasn't sure, but I agreed. I brought my boyfriend along for safety reasons, as I wasn't sure what Jennifer's intentions were with me.
Bring him everywhere. Quality time.
I don't know, man.
Quality time.
Dude, this boyfriend is like, damn, I have to go to this other thing.
Let me ask you something. Do you leave your castle without your axe?
It's true.
Always have your axe by your side.
I guess so, but I feel like this boyfriend will become an axe if this behavior continues.
Do you see this, Sophia?
Sophia intentionally gives me nothing. And then she'll just be like, well, Sam, it wasn't funny.
She does do that.
She does that to me
Such a
all the
gaslighter.
time. She is a great yes ander until she is with me.
She
That's true. We yes and all the time.
Yeah, just not the pot. Sophia will make me just live in silence and misery.
She is equally no and as she
Yeah.
is yes and.
Yeah.
She has both.
She will
I
yes
feel
and me
both.
all the way outside of this podcast, but inside the podcast, she will just be like, "You don't know about witches." Anyway, going back to this story. So, Jennifer told me that she wants to apologize for lashing out at me at the store for calling me names and for uninviting me to the wedding over something so small. She explained that she allowed her jealousy to get the better of her, and she was so scared of losing Matthew that she ended up doing things that she deeply regrets. Jennifer is going to therapy and said that she has some trauma in her childhood that lingered into her relationships in ways she didn't expect. She also admitted that she was insecure and found me to be a very beautiful woman.
We called it.
And she was a bit jealous when Matthew and I talk about our hobbies, and that made her feel left out because she isn't into Minecraft or gaming. Maybe get
Wow.
into it.
Ugly and lame.
Yeah.
Sucks to suck.
I told her none of those things matter to me now since she has apologized and admitted what she did wasn't right, and that I forgive her. And my boyfriend says, I forgive you too. Yeah, don't worry, I forgive you too.
I'm a +1 on that one, babe. I got your back, baby cakes.
Okay, this just all right. Imagine this whole exchange coming out between the two of them, and the boyfriend is just sitting watching.
Yeah, he's just like,
It's so weird. It's so weird. Well, as for Matthew and I's friendship, we are now back to hanging out and playing games together. Even my boyfriend has been hanging out with Matthew a lot
Get him in on this
and have
action.
gotten closer. I decide to ask Matthew if he ever did have a crush on me back in the day.
Ooh.
And he said he never did and that he was being honest.
Liar.
Jennifer moved her stuff out, and as for the cabin where the wedding was supposed to take place, Matthew, my boyfriend, myself, and a couple other friends will go there this upcoming weekend. I apologize for taking too long. I think posting it on my personal profile rather than on the subreddit is better since I broke the character limit. I'm quite busy, and I know everyone was dying for an update. I also like to thank everyone who has given me advice on how to handle the situation and my friendship with Matthew. I also had a chance to read some personal stories some of you have sent me, and it breaks my heart. I realize I have such a big support group here, and that's one thing I love about Reddit. And that is where this saga
Wow.
ends.
If we've learned one thing this episode, it is bring your boyfriend everywhere.
Bring your boyfriend everywhere.
Bring him everywhere.
To
Bring your
everything.
boyfriend to work day.
OBGYN, boyfriend.
Boyfriend.
Job interview, boyfriend. Minecraft convention, boyfriend.
Your parents' sex life?
Boyfriend. Get him in there.
Get him in there. He should be watching. Yeah.
Watching, just to make sure.
Learning.
For safety.
Listening. For safety reasons. Yeah. Come on,
Insurance.
Mr. Johnson.
Hashtag-
Wear protection.
Yeah, Mr.
You might be
Johnson.
old, but I think you can still shoot some bullets.
Dude, Mr. Johnson's Johnson is Johnson.
Firing on all
and
cylinders.
that's no wonder they call him Mr. Johnson.
Mr. Johnson, what are you doing? Step Johnson.
What are these bits?
Oh.
What do you mean?
What are these bits?
What? You're just mad because you can't.
Are you
Can't handle
mad?
them.
Are you mad because you don't know as much about Minecraft as I do?
You're right. I am.
Yeah.
I'm upset. I'm a fraud.
You are.
I have somehow managed to evade. I don't know if I've ever played Minecraft once in my life.
I can tell.
No, you can't, dude. I was crushing it. You didn't call me out, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it was
He
so
escaped
obvious.
unscathed. Unscathed. But that's where that story ends. Are we
Oh,
ready
there
for
you
this next story?
Yes, I am. Am I the a-hole dropping out of a wedding party due to ex-boyfriend being invited? Do you bring your ex-boyfriend everywhere?
Ooh. I feel like off title, I think you should still go.
Well, this comes from, we'll see. This comes from Working Log 4677, who says, I, 25 female, dated a boy, Ronald, 4 years ago. To sum up what could be its own Reddit post, he was extremely abusive, and I was finally diagnosed with PTSD about a year ago.
In that case, he should be uninvited.
Exactly. What? Yeah. What? An important note is that I did not leave the relationship cleanly. Toward the end of the relationship, a mutual friend named Alex was giving me advice on how to fix my wreck of a relationship with Ronald. That conversation turned into spicy texting for a few days prior to me officially breaking it off with Ronald. When I broke up with him, I told him everything. I am aware I cheated and am the a-hole for how I ended my previous relationship.
That is a messy situation.
Yeah, it's yeah.
That sucks.
When we broke up, Ronald took my phone and screenshotted some of the messages Alex and I sent to each other. Ronald took those screenshots, sent them to Alex and Ronald's mutual friends, one being Trad. Alex and Trad are best friends. So basically,
it's Trad. Is that a name?
That's a name.
I've
Trad.
never heard that name in my life.
Trad. Good old Trad. You know Trad.
Good old Trad. You've heard of Chad. You've heard of Brad, but have you heard of Trad?
The ultimate ad.
Yeah.
Ad name. So basically, Ronald blew it up in OP's whole friend group, essentially, outing OP as a cheater to everybody, or for cheating or spicy texting in front of everybody.
Also, TLDR.
It's already changed.
Alex and I dated for 3 years before then getting married 6 months ago. So now they're married. In between my breakup with Ronald and marrying Alex, I befriended Trad's soon-to-be wife, Carly, and she was a bridesmaid in our wedding.
Are there not different friends? How is everyone so tied together?
Everyone must marry everyone.
That's crazy.
That's the rule. It must be. When Ronald and I broke up, Trad insisted on staying neutral in our breakup. Despite being neutral, he did completely listen to Ronald's side of the story, but never wanted to hear my side of the story due to it being done and over with. Remember, OP was also in a abusive relationship
that she has PTSD from.
Literally. Prior to Carly and Trad becoming engaged, we knew Trad was proposing. I had brought up that I was worried about Ronald being at the wedding due to my fear of him. I, at one point, even tried to get a restraining order against him, but he appealed it with a lawyer, and I was defending myself due to not knowing that he had a lawyer. Carly told me that he wasn't even on the list she had started putting together due to her never even meeting him and him and Trad not being that close. That later changed.
Why?
I hopefully will at least get figured out why soon. And I once again expressed I was worried and told Carly I may not be able to be in the wedding if he was there due to the very likely possibility of me having a panic attack and a setback. I want to make it clear I never once asked them to choose between me or him because I recognize that was not fair. The only thing that may be stepping over the line was I suggested myself being a ceremony-only guest and Ronald being a reception-only guest. My thought process with this was so that we could both be included in a safe way, which to me, if that's merely a suggestion, I mean, OP's trying to problem solve.
I feel like OP is making an angel move here.
Exactly.
Where it's
this is an angel move. Unnecessary.
She is, I feel entitled to be like, I do not want, I just don't think you should invite this person to the wedding. But she's recognizing, all right, they have their own friendship and whatever. And even though this person has been terrible to me, I recognize that I can't control everything in people's perceptions. So she's offering all these solutions. Literally, she's just here are the three options. If he's going to the whole wedding, then I probably won't go. But if you want both of us to be there, maybe it's we switch off wedding versus reception. I feel like that is the best solution possible and super empathetic.
Yeah, and also I was trying to see, because I wasn't 100% sure, do Carly and Trad even know the full story of their history and the abuse that Ronald did?
It does not. I don't think OP has had the opportunity to talk about her side of the story, at least to Trad, and I don't think to Carly either.
Yeah, if Trad is still befriending and if I had it from a source, I would not be wanting to continue a relationship with Ronald the way that he is like listening to Ronald's story, but not OP's. And
I
all
don't
of
think
these
he
various
knows.
other
I don't
things.
think he knows. Otherwise, he wouldn't be so down to invite Ronald, especially because it's not like a close friend of his.
Yeah. That's true. But OP continues. I did, though, express my concerns on multiple occasions and was very open about communication. Carly was aware of all the trauma I had experienced in the relationship.
And still was okay with inviting Ronald? That seems whack.
Yeah, that seems super whack. Which, if Carly knows, Trad has to know. There's unless OP was like explicitly like, don't tell Trad, which maybe we'll see in a second. And when I brought up my concerns, she seemed very understanding and said we would make it work. She did not make it work, and I got cut out of a lot of things quickly but passively when I eventually dropped out. When Carly and Trad did get engaged, I said yes to being in their wedding party, and my fiance Alex did as well. At this time, we knew Ronald was most likely invited, but not in the wedding party. And to be clear, that's like, hey, he's attending the wedding, but he's not a groomsman. He's not a bride's, not a groomsman or bridesmaid.
Yeah.
People in the actual ceremony itself, which is like a lot more interaction and
Yeah.
dinners and things like that. Though, due to the multiple conversations, I thought maybe they had figured something out. About 10 months before their wedding, I got my official PTSD diagnosis from the relationship. At that point, I dropped out of the wedding and decided to be a guest due to knowing I could not handle the ceremony. So Opie is at this point still going to the wedding. So probably will see Ronald, but she's not in the wedding party with much deeper, closer time and interaction spent together. I was hesitant about attending the ceremony, but told myself I would push through because they were some of my closest friends and I wanted to be there for them. Are they being there for you?
It doesn't sound like. I mean, if they're
Why
not
have
hearing
Ronald
your
there?
side of the story, are they really caring about you?
Exactly. Trad literally, from all the context we have, like Trad said, oh, I want to stay neutral, but then went and heard Ronald's side of the story and never sat down to hear OP's side of the story. This is super whack. This is massively whack. It sounds like maybe OP is an angel and OP is giving them way more breaks and grace than they deserve at all.
Yeah. Which is very obvious from how she's been talking about this situation, where it's like, this person did so much wrong to me, but I'm okay with them attending some of the wedding. I just don't. The only reason I can't is because I might have a setback and a panic attack.
Literally, like OP's probably doing. OP just said they just got diagnosed with PTSD. That is the tip of the iceberg of the therapy and whatever else work that OP's been going through.
Just starting the process.
Literally, and to have to be confronted with that again, and the fact that Trad and Carly are okay with this is insane. As the wedding got closer, I was having more frequent meltdowns that heavily increased when we got the official confirmation that Ronald had RSVP'd. Yes. Due to my husband Alex's worry about my mental state, he decided that he would be leaving after the ceremony with me. He immediately informed the couple and let them know. This was 2 months before the wedding. My husband then got a very angry text from Trad. Screw Trad. Like, die in a dumpster, Trad. With a lot of very disrespectful words said about myself and husband and I's relationship. It was clear that Trad was very ignorant to my PTSD and assaults and emotional abuse that Carly knew about.
Why wouldn't Carly share that? Maybe she felt like it was not her place to share, potentially.
Yeah,
if we're looking at her as the angel.
Maybe Trad is actually unaware. I mean, it was already off rip an a-hole move to listen to Ronald's side and not hers if he's quote unquote staying neutral. At least if you're staying neutral,
you
then
need
you
to know
don't give
both sides.
You either need to get to both sides. You're a hypocrite and a liar at this point. At best, my husband Alex did set Trad straight, and he pulled back a bit, but told us that we should have said something sooner, which we did. We just didn't know that husband would need to drop out until we got closer to the wedding. If we had known sooner, we would have said so sooner. They were trying to accommodate you this whole time, even though it was like not their responsibility or duty given everything that OP's been through. We ended up having a phone conversation with them where they told me that due to my mental health, they think it's best that I not come. Because they care about me and don't want to put me in that situation.
That is
No.
I feel that is the worst thing that like
They're picking Ronald.
But yeah, and it's kind of like meaningless. It's kind of meaningless. It's like, hey, like it's basically like inviting your friend to jump off a building without a parachute and saying like, hey, the only way that you can come to our party is if you jump off the building without a parachute. But like, totally understand if you can't do that. Better for you just not to come.
Or like firing
That's
someone.
Ooh, I'm gone.
Oh.
Did you say that's? But
That's
were
yeah.
you about to say something nice to me?
That's good.
Thanks.
But you can't see me, so
Dang.
it doesn't count.
Let's get you wanna we can have a little slight discussion and get some
please.
ice packs for you. Yes,
But I feel it. What is essentially happening here is they're like, hey, I know we're putting you in danger, so just don't come.
literally. Versus being like, hey, we will like
Let us try to make this environment comfortable for you.
yeah.
By removing a person that is bad, that you
Like-
shouldn't even be friends with in the first place.
Like, do you really think that having someone like Ronald, who has done all of the things to OP, is going to be good for the wedding? Are you kidding me? I'm just trying to twist it. I'm firing you so you can explore other options because I care about you so much.
that actually is a very like that is the same vibe. That is the same vibe.
That is what's happening here.
I want you to, or like breaking up with someone. It's like, I don't want to tie you down. Like,
Yeah.
you deserve to explore all kinds of people. That's why we can't be together.
Exactly. This is stupid. I hate. Honestly, here's a question. No contact with the whole friend group. I think this whole friend group is
Wackadoodle.
is whack. Alex, it seems they're, obviously their relationship started in a bad place, but just to put context in there, OP was, trying to get out of this bad in the midst. I think it was a week or whatever, trying to get out of the bad, not to excuse it, trying to get out of this bad relationship, and probably in a very emotionally vulnerable space to a person who was, before the spicy texting, emotionally trying to help her and help her work through it. So that's not to necessarily excuse or not excuse the spicy texting before the official end of the relationship. But
I think like if I'm looking at this story,
yeah,
the only bad move that OP did was the spicy text before
yes,
the end of the relationship. I feel like everything else has been pretty above board.
and honestly, I think like everything has a certain weight in context. Like, yes, it's absolutely not a good move. You want to have as much. You don't want to have some crazy person like Ronald have anything to hold over you.
Yeah.
But what Ronald and everyone else I think is doing much worse, I would say, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. But is that the end of the story?
The cameras have cooled down, but the story is just heating up.
Let's go.
So,
Gosh.
Damn, John got very nice. I just got good.
I was gonna say it was very good, but then my camera was off.
True. They also told Alex that they understand if he was unable to attend, but they wanted him there. I hate these people. I hate these people. I hate them.
Yeah, it's super condescending. It's like, of course we want you to be there, but again, if you're not going to jump off the building with no parachute, like that's the only way they're going to be able to make it happen. You're not doing any accommodations for anyone.
Zero. They told my husband to at least be like, "Oh yeah, we're terrible."
Yeah.
At least be.
By the
upfront.
way, F you. Like that would be better.
Yes.
That would be better.
They told my husband to think about it, but stated they knew who he would choose. We were told there would be no hard feelings. Flash forward 2 weeks, and my husband has officially dropped out completely. Neither one of us will be going to the wedding. Thank God they don't deserve it. We are devastated. I cannot express how many tears I have cried. Poor OP just wants to be a good friend and has gone through all of this and is still trying to be supportive and still feels for the friendship.
Yeah.
My God. A week later, we see that Carly has unfriended us on Facebook. There you go. As well as everyone associated with us. She deleted me off of Snapchat. She has cut us out of her life without saying a word to us. I can handle if she does not want to be my friend anymore, but I would have thought after 4 years of friendship and all the dreams we discussed about being in each other's weddings and having babies together, she would have at least told us. But guess what, OP? She's gone. Tyler's gone.
Honestly, good. Like, drop her. Drop her.
Good
You don't need
riddance.
this. You need a new friend group.
I think OP is still in the.
If none of your friends are standing up for what's right, were they even your friends to begin with?
And I think OP is starting to take the first steps out of the reality distortion fields, you know.
And I think there's something like an important takeaway here where there's like two kinds of friends. There's friends by convenience and friends by values.
Yes.
And I think a lot of people have friends by convenience where it's like, oh, you know, they live next to me, or
Yes.
I happen to go to high school with them.
Yep.
But I think as you get older, you start to make more friendships by values, where like my closest friendships are people like halfway around the world,
Yes.
because we're friendships by values, not by convenience. And actually, it's not a convenient friendship, but we still make the time to like be with each other. And these like OP's friends seems like just friendships out of convenience. And now she's finally realizing, because a tough situation came up, wow, these people do not share the values that I have at all. And it sucks to come to that realization, but just know that these were never your real friends.
Yep.
You're only realizing it now.
That's
Very
right.
good point.
See?
Thanks, Sophia.
Look at that, Sophia. Giving
I
her brother
agree.
props. I don't object. I'm crushed that it all ended like this. I worry about my husband's friendship with Trad. Worry about it continuing. I feel awful that my husband can't go to the wedding because of me. I'm so mad at myself that I can't just be okay for a day. Am I the a-hole? OP is just someone who is hurt. And honestly, I wonder, this might be more psychologist hat than I should be putting on, but I wonder if she still feels guilty of the spicy texting and is like trying to be the best person all around that she can be, the angel in all areas that she can be.
I feel like she probably does carry that guilt.
Yeah.
And there's probably a need to just like forgive yourself for that.
100%. I think, again, in context of everything, like different actions have different weights. And I think in context of like Carly and Trad lying to your face that everything's okay and cutting you out of your life, siding with your abuser instead of you. Good freaking riddance, but OP's just still trying to be the angel and is still like feeling bad for stuff that Sophie says the trash took itself out. It really did. Threw some legs and walked out. You can never trust a Trad. Are you kidding me?
You could. I knew from the moment I heard that name.
That's right.
No parent that loves their child names them Trad.
That's true. Trad,
unless they're part of the
Trad
OK
killed
fam.
my mother.
Trad, no. Triad, yes. I'm good with triad. Put an I in that.
Triathlon.
That's a great name. Are there any kids named Marathon?
Have to be.
Mary.
That's kind of a cool name.
Marathon?
What if their name was Mary and then last name?
Marathon.
No, Thon.
Maryathon.
Would it be Thong?
Thon?
Oh.
Marathon.
Classic sibling rivalry. But there is an edit. And just to be super duper clear, is OP the a-hole?
No.
Oh, no.
No, I do
And
not
no.
think so at all.
Unanimous.
I think if anything, OP is the angel.
Yes,
in
I
this
agree.
situation.
I agree. OP is the angel. So, edit number 1. Trad, I believe, is still friends with my husband. Why is the husband still friends with him? He did not ghost us on social media. Only Carly did. Trad and Alex have not talked, though, since he officially dropped out. They didn't talk every day to begin with, though. Alex has not reached out yet, as he is waiting till after the wedding to let some of the tension pass. Why does Alex want to?
Yeah.
Like-
I would take a page of the last story and just be like that backup boyfriend that's just there signing off, right? And be like, oh, you don't like my girl? Well, I don't like you.
There's the door.
There's the door.
I am the ever-present boyfriend. Edit number 2.
Omnipresent boyfriend.
I know
Omniscience.
all.
I know all.
I did not make this clear, but I did not attempt to get the restraining order to ice the ex out of the wedding. like
Ice him.
ice. I attempted to get it about 6 months after breaking up due to living in the same town. Myself living by myself and him knowing where I worked and lived. I was scared that he would hurt me. It would have been null by the time the wedding came around. I brought it up to show I am so scared of him. I attempted to get a restraining order, which bride and groom knew. Bride told me that she heard Ronald talking about it over Xbox when I was talking to her about my abuse. So story closed. And to just confirm, Trad and Carly were both basically fully aware the majority of the time of Ronald's abuse in the relationship.
And they just did not care.
And they did not care. Not only did they did not care, they took Ronald's side.
Which just shows they were not your friends.
They were never friends to begin with.
Yeah, wow. What trash people.
Ay, caramba.
Trash.
Dude.
Yeah, I don't think OP's the a-hole at all. And I think this is a very like the question that we asked at the beginning of this episode is like, when is it appropriate to like dip out of a wedding? I feel in this case, or uninvite. Well, I think in this case, it's like they uninvited the wrong person, or they created the circumstances to prioritize the wrong person's attendance at the wedding. And I think like that goes for any kind of situation where two people can't be in the same room. It's like you just kind of have to balance who is more hurt by this, like this presence, and try to, I mean, if it's equal hurt, try to accommodate them both. I think this happens a lot when you're friends with two people and they break up, and it's like you kind of have to maybe make space for them both, which is what they didn't even do that. And this wasn't even a breakup. Like the thing that I was just talking about, that's a breakup where there is no abuse.
Yeah, a typical like non-abusive, just like quote unquote standard breakup things, and there's probably a little bit on both sides. But
in a standard breakup thing, like the thing that you do is you're like, oh, like this person can come to this thing and this person can come to this thing. Like you kind of split time.
Yeah,
and they didn't even do that. Knowing the abuse, they didn't even do that. That's like the minimum. They
100% sided with Ronald the abuser and lied to OP's face and tried to look like the good guy and the angel when they were the devil.
Incredibly whack.
Yep.
Incredibly whack.
Yep.
But that's where that story ends.
That's it. But with that, I think that's a wrap-a-doodle-doo.
So if you love us, make sure to subscribe.
We love you.
And see you tomorrow.